Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Harry Buppet. Welcome back to the Art of Warfare in-house tournament. It is week number 3 in this 8-week-long tournament, and we're going to be going for another round. Down the bottom right side of the map, it is going to be Goldenarrow, and he is playing for Team Insane in Bracket D, and I think we actually saw him play last week as well, so he's a very, very lucky duck to get cast 2 weeks in a row. But I don't know. It's just sometimes it just works out that way. So yeah, going to be seeing if he does any better than last week. Last week he didn't have the best week, losing against Joskov from TAW. So he's not going to be very happy about that. But anyway, up the top left side of the map, it is going to be Pharao, and he is from the Masterminds team. And Masterminds have actually been having well, it's good and bad. The games we've cast so far, I think they've actually won both of them. I think both the games we've cast with Masterminds players, they have won both of them. So that's been awesome. But, yeah, on the downside, they're not doing so well in the overall ranking. They're doing alright. But, yeah, the previous week was a bit of a shocker for some teams and a bit of a major victory for some teams. So, yeah, I mean, there were 3 teams who did extremely well and 3 teams who just did really not too well, and Masterminds unfortunately was one of the teams who didn't do that well, so I can't say whether they win this game or not, but yeah, I don't know, we'll just have to wait and see. So yeah, but in the overall ranking, the horses were actually up by about 2 points last week. They were doing exceptionally well. They didn't do that well in week number 3. They're now tied in second place with Team Insane. Team Insane had a very good week. They jumped up quite a bit, and they're now in second place, obviously. And Wingman really pulled out all the stops in week number 3. Fantastic effort for them, and they are now leading. They're actually are beating Team Insane and Horses by a single point, but they're still out in the lead, jumping back up. I'm not sure what they were before, but they were down in the middle of the pack, and now they're right up the top of the pack. So that's how fast it can change in this tournament. And we're definitely not seeing any clear leaders so far, which is always nice. So yeah, let's start checking it out so far. Ooh, alright, so not much going on so far. Couple of gateways coming out. Nice bit of gas, actually. This second gas is not really going to be able to make too much use of it unless he's planning on, I don't know, some sort of Stargate play, maybe. He's got 2 on either side, so obviously 4 gas needs that more than he needs 3 gas. So it's going to be interesting to see what sort of play he's going to be pulling off that. We do have a sporting pool jumping into a hatchery. This hatchery is actually a little bit late. The Zerg builds are very standardized. You either go 14 hatch, 14 pool, or you go like 14 hatch, 14 pool, and then 16 hatch, or something like that. So yeah, I'm not sure what else he was going for. He obviously decided to get the queen out before he got the hatchery out, and that probably delayed his hatchery a little bit. I'm not sure the advantages of this, but then again, I probably shouldn't be overanalyzing this too much, because of course we are in Bracket D, so I cannot apply Masters level strategy to these players. It would just be completely unfair of me to do so. So we're not going to do that. We do have a Roach Warren, however, coming out, and we do have a bunch of gas, and he's pumping out workers. So yeah, this would definitely be out in time for him to get a ton of roaches off that base. And meanwhile, Goldenarrow going to be jumping out his own expansion. Nexus coming down. He's doing pretty good on the workers, actually. Been chrono boosting out a lot of them. Not at the moment, but yeah, I'm sure we'll get back to that any second. Yeah, what is he doing with all of this gas? He is getting weapons level 1. Warp gate tech is nearly up, but you can see right there, he's actually got is oversaturated with gas right now, because he jumped straight into that second assimilator before he really needed to, and that's what happens. You get oversaturated on gas, and suddenly you've got nothing to spend it on. Which you might think, oh, it's okay to have a bit more gas than you need, but the thing is, these guys mining gas could have been mining minerals, so that's less minerals that you could have had like 200 more minerals, 200 less gas, approximately. approximately, because obviously gas and minerals are mined at different amounts, but you know what I mean. One ling. This is a crazy ling, man. It's flapping all over the place, I feel like. I feel like it's just flapping way too much. Can we follow this? No, well, we can't because I was selecting the wrong unit. Oh, there it goes. Cannon finally takes it out. I don't know. It just seems like that guy was flapping way more than he usually would. I don't know whether it's just a quirky ling or a quirky bit of the game, but Goldenarrow going to be moving in here. Should get pushed away. Just with some queen support and a couple of lings. Hopefully should get pushed away. There goes the first queen. The other queen will probably run down to reinforce. Maybe, maybe not. Look like the zealots are concentrating on the queen, which is going to allow the lings to take out both of the zealots, and the stalker could finish off the other lings, but some roaches coming out, and that stalker is going to be dead. There's no chance of that stalker surviving anymore, and there's actually a hydra out, so Pharao deciding to go for a lot of tech before really getting out the army, and yeah, well, we'll see how it goes. We will see how it goes. He's going to be getting up another queen, but he really needs to start getting the army. I mean, he's got the supply, he's got the minerals. There he goes. A ton of units coming out. Exactly what he needs to do. And hopefully, he can sort of throw Goldenarrow off his perch a little bit. Although, to be honest, I'd really like Goldenarrow to win because, I mean, we ended up casting him last week and this week. And he lost last week. So I'd like him to win this week. I mean, it would be nice. It would be very nice for him to win this week. Because otherwise, we're going to be casting him 2 weeks in a row. If he loses 2 weeks in a row, then, you know, I kind of feel like a bit of a dick for casting him 2 weeks in a row when he's losing. So, not what I want to do, but here we go. Going to be jumping out the stalker. What has Goldenarrow got going on? He has got a robotics facility. He's got 2 gateways. No, 3 gateways, sorry. I was about to say he needs a 3rd, but he has a 3rd already. So, very, very nicely done. He's got level 1 weapons. Chrono boosting out level 1 armor as well. So, the upgrades are going to be very, very sweet. Pharao is going to be getting all of the sort of stuff he needs. He's actually getting spore crawlers. I don't think he has any evidence that flying units are going to be coming in, but that is just make himself feel a little better, just to feel a little bit safe. Only building 1. We have seen in games, mainly with Masters players, that Phoenix and stuff like that can get right on the edge here, lift up workers and still be out of range of the spore crawlers. So a lot of players these days have been building 2 spore crawlers instead of 1. Just because that seems to be necessary these days, but I don't think we're going to be seeing any sort of extremely concerted air attack that Pharao is going to have to be worried about. It looks like it's going to be ground all the way from Goldenarrow. So these spore crawlers not going to be all that useful, but I mean, it's why not build them? Why not? It's just a little bit of extra minerals, a little bit of drones, so better to be safe than sorry. And of course they are detection as well, so any DTs coming in the map we'll get totally screwed over. Here we go. Buddy Pylon coming down. The Overlords, are they going to see it? They're relatively close to seeing it. Oh, they're going to see it when they the roach is coming around. Is he going to see it? Yes, there we go. Sees the Pylon. So, Pylon is going to go down. A bit unfortunate, but Goldenarrow built another one. And he's got to be thinking about... what is he thinking about, actually? He's thinking about a Twilight Council, Zealot Legs, or whatchamacallit. Oh, actually going to be defending this Pylon. This roach just was not enough to get that done. But look at the army that Pharaoh's got up. So that's going to be quite scary, actually. And he's actually got a ton more army supply than Goldenarrow does. Although, wow, look at that, man. I tell you what, man, Goldenarrow knows how to macro. He knows how to get that income going, and Pharao, man, usually the Zerg player has the lot more workers, but Pharaoh's slacking off a bit with his worker production. He should be pushing it. He should have had a few spurts where he just built like 6 or 7 workers. He has not done that. He's been moved a bit too much onto this army, and this is going to cost him if he does not really push out the workers at some point, really get stuck into them. It is definitely going to cost him, because Goldenarrow right now, I feel like he's just got so much more income. I mean, don't get me wrong, Pharao has a lot of money, and he's spending it all on these workers and stuff. Not workers, the Roach Hydra army, but he's not. I mean, he should just boom, just lay down the spurt of workers, get them out there. He's not doing that, unfortunately. So I do fear that is going to bite Pharao in the ass later on in the game, because he's going to trade off a nice army here. Although with a decent amount of Hydras here, I don't know if he's actually going to trade off. He might just overwhelm Goldenarrow here. Goldenarrow, he does not have anything crazy. I mean, he's got a Templar Archives, but I assume he does not have Storm, and he does not have Storm. So yeah, he's got no Storm. He's got no Colossus. The ability for him to wipe out this army is all going to be down to Zealots, who do not have legs. He doesn't have. He's only got 3 Zealots anyway, so this is going to be a bit of a. The Hydras definitely have the advantage in this army, but I do not know. And he's got so many more units, so Goldenarrow, he has an advantage in the economy, but he may not stay alive to use it if he cannot defeat this army, and I don't think he can. I think he's pretty screwed here, actually. And Pharao may just come through and may just make it work, although wow, there's Hydras are actually going down really, really fast. The Nexus is actually hitting them from all the way out there. Wow. Wow, I did not expect that to happen. Hydras are so good versus Stalkers versus Immortals. I'm stunned, actually, that Goldenarrow defended so well there. I'm really, really stunned because Hydras is so good. Understandably, he lost all the Roaches. I mean, that's a given when you're facing off against Immortals, but how did the Hydras just not do that well? It's got to be the upgrades. I mean, it's got to be the upgrades. Goldenarrow has trip 1 all across the board. Pharao has 0. That's definitely would have given him an edge, and it definitely would have screwed him over. But look at how many forces he's got back up, man. He's getting them off 29 workers, you remember? So Goldenarrow, man, if he can defeat these again, I don't know. I don't know if he can defeat this army though. I really, really don't think he can. I mean, it's just one upgrades or no upgrades. I think he's going to get screwed here. Look at all the Hydras coming in, and he's going to be warping in a bunch more guys, a bunch more Stalkers. But Stalkers versus Hydras, man, it's never a good idea. And there they go. They're just getting owned all over the place. Goldenarrow, what is he doing about this? He's got the Storm almost on the way. Oh, an advanced bunch of guys coming out here. He's got a bunch of High Templars. He had a bunch of High Templars anyway, but he's going to be very, very hard pressed to survive this attack. Nexus Overcharge, of course, is going to be awesome, but the Hydra's coming out. Where are the Storms? Does he have any? No, he doesn't. He lost them somehow. Oh, this Immortal, man. Not good, not good, not good. So what is Pharao doing here? He's trying to make something happen. And he's actually doing a ton of damage right here. I do not know. I wanted Goldenarrow to win, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen right here. It looks like the Hydras are going to defeat him. Some reinforcing Stalkers come up, and the Hydras are just going to shred them. So Hydras are being lost. They are being lost, but oh man, choosing to retreat. Actually, only 5 Hydralists left. Are they retreating? Are they just pulling back out of the range of the Nexus? Looks like they're just pulling back. They're going to be going for this base, but there's a cannon there. And a cannon versus these 4 Hydras. Hopefully I'll be able to finish them off. The probe's actually running for it, and I don't know why they needed to run for it, because you sort of defended here, and wow, look at this. Quite a bit of mineral build-up, of gas build-up, and Goldenarrow, he needs to start using that up. Like, seriously, like, this, if it were me right now, I'd be pumping out another 5 gateways or something like that. Just go boom, nuts to it. And he may very well do that. But right now he's just building probes. And Pharaoh's just continuing to build these guys. Still on 29 workers. So sooner or later, Goldenarrow is just going to overwhelm Pharao. Just completely insanely. If he keeps surviving these very, very nice attacks that Pharao is putting on. Because Pharao definitely has the army going on. Goldenarrow never quite has enough to overwhelm Pharao. He always seems to lose his army, and then he just gets by with reinforcements. But look at the amount of minerals and gas he's got. If he really is this off center? Actually, I feel like this is one of those bases where it's actually supposed to be off center. Like, you can't actually build in the middle. I'm not sure actually. I think it might be off center. We're not going to be talking about that anymore because, yeah. Alright, so, yeah, no, it's definitely not in a bad position. It's definitely fine. So, yes, we're not going to be talking about that anymore. Spire coming out for Pharao. He's got a lot of gas. He could definitely make use of it, but I mean, Goldenarrow has been going fairly stalker heavy during this game, so and he's got blink already, so I don't know if mutas are going to be the best option. We do have Colossus coming out, so the Hydras are going to be even less effectual than they have been. And what have we got going on for upgrades? Zilch for Pharao. No, has he even got an Evo chamber? I feel like he must, because he was building spore crawlers before. Although, have they changed the game? This has been a couple of games now where I've thought you needed a spore crawler, sorry, an Evo chamber to build a spore crawler, but it turns out it's not. Maybe I'm just way behind the times. Maybe that has completely changed, and I just didn't realize it. I think I must have to go out and do a test or something like that, because... Okay, what do we got going? There we go, 4 more gateways. Get some zealots out. Get 1 million zealots out, man. You can totally afford it. Oh, sorry, 1 million pylons and then 1 million zealots. And zealots, you get 1 million of them, and even if the mutas are going nuts on you, I mean, if you got 1 million zealots, you will win a base race, okay? There's no doubt about it. You will win a base race, so just go for it. Here come the mutas. With, no, he's not getting any upgrades on them. Upgrades are so important. You saw a bunch of ragtag stalkers and immortals take out a large army of Hydras before. That's the upgrades. That's the upgrades working, so do not ignore your upgrades. He's actually storming himself here. I feel like that was not a good idea, because storm does hurt your own units. That Zealot did not go down to a yellow health from the Lings hitting him. I feel like that was the storm that actually did that, so... Mutas coming in. A couple of cannons, actually, but a nice Colossus. Will they take out the Colossus? Oh, the Colossus is running for it. Main army, is it going to be coming down? Where are the Stalkers? Here come the Stalkers, and the Colossus running for it. Oh, trying to storm, missing. Actually, I feel like the storms don't actually hurt your own units. I don't know why that Zealot went out so low, but anyway, here we go. The mutas going nuts on the workers, but oh, look at all the Stalkers being morphed in. And these mutas, they have to be very, very careful, because otherwise they're going to start going down. He's actually got them selected, but he's not running away. The Stalkers, he feels like he can take down these Stalkers, but he's losing quite a few mutas. So far, he's lost 4 mutas, and he's taken out a bunch of workers, but it doesn't matter how many workers he takes out, he's still going to be way behind on the macro. Another storm trying to go down, the Stalkers coming in. They're doing a great job of taking out the Colossus, I'll give him that, but he's losing so many mutas, and that is 1600 gas that he will never, ever, ever see again. There we go, the mutas finally just getting owned. They're keeping on going though, they're taking out a lot of workers. Meanwhile, an attack coming out here, more mutas though, and the cannons are owning them quite efficiently. The Stalker's coming down, don't run around the ramp, blink down to the bottom side. You have blink, and just use it, man, because that was a perfect opportunity to use blink. Did not, and now the main army coming in. All of his Colossus. So he's got 1 Colossus left, so this will be extremely helpful, but unfortunately the mutas did take out a couple of other Colossus. Get in there, son, get in there, you bloody useless Colossus. He's got to finish him off without using it anyway. The Storm's doing down very nice. These guys actually going in for some close circuit action. I'm not sure what the go is there, but Pharao deciding that the 29 worker build was not going to net him the win, so decides to GG. And oh man, I should stop being so mean to the bracket D players. I'm so mean to these guys, but I don't know, man. It just 29 workers. Maybe it's a magic mystical number or something like that, but it did not net him the win, so it couldn't have been that magical. But yeah, there we go. Goldenarrow taking out the win. The economy definitely helping him out. I suppose more workers wouldn't really have helped him because he was having trouble spending the minerals that he had. So yeah, these guys banking up quite. Look at that, 6,000 minerals, man. 6,000. And he's just building Stalkers. He should have been pumping out Zealots all over the place. I don't care how many gateways you have. If you got 6,000 minerals, you can afford to build a few more gateways, man. Just build those gateways all over the place and just pump out Zealots till you max out and then just go nuts. Just go nuts. And alright, so that is going to be bracket D for week number 3. Congratulations to Goldenarrow from Team Insane, beating Pharao from Masterminds. Goldenarrow not doing that well last week, but definitely coming back this week with some phenomenal macro right there. I mean, he got up to like 70 workers at one point. Really, really awesome. So, yeah, there we go. That's been Bracket D, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow for Bracket C game, where I think we'll be casting Dreamus from Best Team Incoming, and he'll be facing off against Nemo from Paddy's Heroes. So, stay tuned for that. This has been Hairy Muppet. I hope you enjoyed this game.